I just know one thing that, I remember when I did my first scene, I asked him, I said, do you think I'm doing a good job? The palpitations, and I said, do you want me to change something? I said, don't take my advice. I'm an actor myself, and if I tell you what to do, you will start copying me.
This is very true.
And I do not want two Salmans in the same frame. I believe that because of his presence, there is a lot of attention towards the film. Because of his presence, there will be a number of people who will watch the film. And I believe that that gives me, like, if it wasn't for him, I don't think so today I would have been able to go for a theatrical release. My father-in-law till date watches every film that releases.
Okay.
And when he discusses what he feels about the film, there's a good understanding of why he's saying what he's saying. Then there is Salman bhai, then there is Sarbaz bhai, Soul bhai, everybody is in movies.
Yeah.
So you have that kind of conversations, and plus I always believe in being realistic. If Rahuliya is accepted and people do like Rahuliya, I do not want to become, now I only want to play gangsters and I want to be grey characters.
Yeah, to typecast.
Yeah, and I need that violence in the film to sustain the film. No, it's okay. After that, if I find something interesting, I'll try that as well.
Today I have someone extremely special and someone I've been really looking forward to watching on the big screens.
Thank you so much.
So Aayush, thank you so much for doing this with me, and we are so happy to have you joining with us on ETimes.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be on ETimes. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you look great as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So talking about Anthem, I'm really looking forward to watch it. And ever since the first look was out, everybody has been speaking about your looks. So how has the response been so far? What are people telling you?
Well, I think it's been very exciting because, first time when my first movie came out, they said I'm very cute and, I look sweet and all that. Nice boy, you're a nice boy.
Yeah.
And then back in the day, I remember when the film released, many times when, when I go from functions, if I meet somebody, they'll say, we all, if you want to get a daughter married off, you'll get somebody as sweet and simple as you.
Yeah.
I don't know what their reaction now is, because now when they call me, they're like, what looks, you're looking like a gangster, full Marathi you're looking dark, and you look like you're eerie at times. So I think that's quite exciting that, I changed over, and I'm very happy that actually people have noticed that,
True.
3 years we were working on it, and trust me, in this look we had to add multiple times when we had to go bald. Like I've gone bald to see a look test to see how it looks on camera. If I play bald, if I come as a bald guy as Rahuliya, or should I keep a beard, and how long the beard should be, should it be this much. So it was an ongoing process till the time we finally locked this look for him.
My next question was about that. You played a lover boy in LoveYatri, and now you are donning an intense, hardcore looking avatar. So what went behind the transformation? What was the creative process?
When my first film came out, I was very happy with the kind of, every time you're doing a first film, you want to have that songs in London, and you want to shoot abroad, and this, this blockbuster songs, and this fancy clothes and all that stuff. So I think that was my first film that I was very excited about. Then after that, I really wanted to change over. All the films that were coming to me were all about this, nice boy falls in love with a girl, they separate and they come back.
The cliche love story.
And I was like, I don't know, I've done it, and I genuinely feel I should, present
push
something more.
Somewhere else.
I just felt that the kind of attention that you need, because there's so much of noise, not noise, I would say that there's so much of conversations about the first film, and what happened, and how we're going to do it, and this song worked, and this happened. I said I really need to surprise everybody, and I wanted to challenge myself as well. So when I saw the film, Mulchi Pattern, first day I was like, I don't know, it's too dark.
True.
It's a very dark film, and I don't know if it is going to work. But at a given point, that dialogue stuck on to me, that apun plastic hai. That Marathi version, they had that dialogue, and it just stuck on to me. I said, this is something that has a lot of attitude and has a lot of scope. The character, there's some films that you're transforming without the character backup. Here, the transformation was with the character backup. So that's when I started realizing that, for this film, I need to have a cinematic presence. That means that, to be a gangster, I wanted to look strong. I wanted to be convincing to the audience that if I do hit, I can really hit. So it was a journey of training. For 3 years, I was 60 kilos when I was in LoveYatri. For this film, I had to become 76 kilos.
Yeah.
So I used to eat and train every day. Sometimes, you know, there'll be training twice a day and just keep eating.
Yeah.
Change the voice. I had to change my voice to have that kind of effect on screen. Which is, I'm very happy that, you know, first time the trailer came out and people just messaged me, like, what happened to your voice? So I'm like, that's so nice that, you know, people actually noticed that the voice changed and, you know, everything worked. So I'm very happy.
So, you know, now speaking of Salman Khan, sharing screen space with him must be an exhilarating experience. So, you know, does that happen during the sets that Salman's aura is way too overwhelming to, you know, stand opposite him?
It is. You know, I genuinely didn't expect that I would be able to hold my own, you know, when I got into the journey. I know that he's a magnum opus star. And when you're acting opposite him, you realize that though he's family, though he's my teacher, I call him my own elder brother, and he's somebody I have learned so much from. But the moment you're in front of him, you realize that you are working with not all of the above. You're working with the superstar Salman Khan.
True. Exactly.
So all those elements of him being my relative and him being my teacher and my old elder brothers out of the window. It is a fact that there's a man where I never imagined I'm going to be on a screen with him, or I'm going to be in a poster with him, or I'm going to be against him. I'm not going to be like playing his friend or a brother.
The antagonist.
So I'm going to be opposite him. So that pressure was always there, and I just felt that, you know, my intentions when I was doing this film is, I was like, I know that he has a very overpowering effect. But even if I managed to have one scene where people say that, you know, dude, he did a good job.
True.
I think I have sailed through.
So, you know, my next question was about that. Fans are, you know, really looking forward to see you opposite Bhaijan. But again, at the same time, is there a pressure with that? Because Salman has a very larger than life on-screen effect. So, what's the best way to deal with that pressure?
See, I always see, you know, when I get stressed, I just take a deep breath and I see the positive side of things. I believe that because of his presence, there is a lot of attention towards the film. Because of his presence, there will be a number of people who will watch the film. And I believe that gives me, like, if it wasn't for him, I don't think so today I would have been able to go for a theatrical release.
True.
Right, because, and that's being honest about the conversation, that if it wasn't for him, we would have said, okay, let's put it on OTT. Because we don't know if we'll be able to pull in the crowd. He does ensure all those elements for me, and for an actor, I'm getting a bigger platform to showcase my work.
True.
So I always see the positive side, that it's okay. I know that he is a superstar. I know there are so many people who are going in to watch the film for him, and I'm very well aware of that. But I feel that even if they come out and say, you know, we had a great experience watching a different Salman Khan, but even this boy has potential, I think I'm very happy with that.
Okay. So one advice that Salman must have shared with you on sets, which is going to stay with you forever.
I just know one thing, that, you know, I remember when I did my first scene, I asked him, I said, do you think I'm doing a good job? You know, the palpitations, and I said, do you want me to change something? I said, don't take my advice. I'm an actor myself, and if I tell you what to do, you will start copying me.
This is very true.
And I do not want two Salmans in the same frame. Audience wants to see an Aayush Sharma versus Salman. So if you have any question, go to ask the director what he wants out of you, and you do what Aayush. Let audience see Aayush Sharma as Rahuliya, not me telling you what to do. So he in this film never told me anything. He never told me that, you know, take a scene like this, do like this, why are you doing it like this? Like, even the pitch of the scene, he will never read a scene with me. He never wanted me to anticipate what will happen in the scene. So even the thing you see in the trailer where he grabs my collar, and he holds my face, those things were all improvised. He just added on to it, so that it's, even I don't know what's going to happen. And my reactions, he doesn't know what I'm going to do. So it was almost like how in real conversations, how in real life, you know, we both don't know what I'm going to say and what you're going to ask me. So that kind of element and that kind of natural element he maintained in the scene.
So, you know, does the fact that you are Salman's brother-in-law often overshadow the fact that you are actually a talented and an earnest actor?
See, I always see it as a point of view that, you know, when you're under a huge banyan tree, the sunlight is going to be a little less.
True.
You know, there is going to be a time that, you know, I will take that much time to slowly go away and people the sunlight to come on me. That will happen because there is a huge banyan tree, and I cannot be critical about that element, or I cannot give a sad story about it, because by the end of it I have got my break from him.
True.
My second film is with him, so I owe a lot to him, and I genuinely believe that yes, it will take that much time for people to recognize my work, but I just feel that that recognition will only happen if I keep doing things what they're not expecting me to do. And slowly and steadily, they will start realizing that, okay, maybe I have something that I can offer on my own. But I think that is, when you always associate it to a huge personality, there are some advantages and there are some disadvantages.
True.
And I always say that, if I can enjoy the perks, then might as well live through the disadvantages as well.
Yeah. So, how much do you let the fans and critics' opinion bother you?
Well, initially, I wouldn't lie that when I heard the first critical reviews of LoveYatri, I felt very like, why am I being targeted? I think there is some smear campaign behind it. But that was the wrong attitude, in my opinion. I don't think so. I would have been able to achieve Rahuliya if the critics didn't write what they
put
felt.
Those things out.
And I genuinely believe, I really want to thank them, because by the time after a month and a half, when we started deciding that we're going to work on this film, I said, there's no point repeating the same mistakes.
True.
And I always say that I am not an actor. I'm not an actor. I can't act. I am a student of acting. I am learning. I'm gradually growing. I will pick up cues from everybody, from my director, from my co-actors, from everybody, and I'm growing. What I believe is that the one thing that should be constant is growth.
True.
And so I went through all the reviews that had come for LoveYatri. I read everything that was written about it. I made a note that people said, okay, I have weak on emotional scenes. I made a note about it. My physical presence, how I look on screen, what are my weaknesses in my dancing, what are my weaknesses as an actor. And I made a note of all those things, and I worked on all those elements, because I said, let's not see critics as your enemies, and actually as people who are going to help you to become a better actor. True. And that's when I made those points, I worked on it, and I came back. So I after reading the reviews, I made a conscious effort that I don't want to jump into any film just because it is necessary or there's a pressure of constantly staying alive in the film industry. I said I would rather sit at home, work on myself, because there's no point bringing another film and people saying he's just the same. I said, let me change and let me try to show people that I can prove I'm a student and I'm learning and I'll keep getting better.
So consistency and patience.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting this out. It's a very good thought. So playing a gangster has been a turning point for many actors like Manoj Bajpayee, then even Salman Khan for that matter. So are you hoping that the character of Rahuliya will also do the same for you?
Well, I would definitely hope that. I'm praying every day for it. I hope that by the time the film comes out and people watch it, there is a lingering effect of this character on the people's head.
So every actor takes time to settle in their career and make the choices that are best suited to their talent. So what is your approach towards this, Aayush?
See, I always tell everybody that there are two things that people always pressurize themselves with very early on in the career. One is box office.
Exactly.
Second is perception.
Yeah.
What people think of me.
Yeah.
Do they think I am a star, or do they think I am working, or this is my box office collection? I think it's too early. For me, right now, it's more about finding my own footings. Explore, make mistakes. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. People take their failures to heart, and they really feel that if you fail, that is the end of the journey, and you're just end. And some people on Twitter will tell you this is your last film, you're over, and you're done and dusted, and all that. Nobody's going anywhere. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. No, the world has not come to an end. You just need to. It's fine. Some films work, some films don't work. If you go about it, most of the actors. Tell me one actor who's never seen a flop film in his life.
There are many.
Everybody's seen a flop film in their life, so it's fine. If films work, films don't work. Just learn and go. So I'm okay to make mistakes. I played a lover boy. I'm now playing a gangster. Now I want to do comedy. I want to explore comedy. If Rahuliya is accepted and people do like Rahuliya, I do not want to become. Now I only want to play gangsters and I want to be grey characters.
Yeah, so typecast.
I need that violence in the film to sustain the film. No, it's okay. After that, if I find something interesting, I'll try that as well.
So, you know, both Salman and Salman Khan have said that you are very level-headed and you have a lot of clarity in your life regarding the things that you want. So, the sense of maturity comes with an age and experience. So, what do you have to say about that?
I just think I'm lucky to be surrounded by people who are very level-headed themselves. As Salman said on the trail launch, I have a lot of impatience. I can be very impatient at times and I can get very, I need to do this right now, then say, no, I don't want to do it, or I'm not sure of things. But there are people who have been there in this film industry, in my family, who have been in the film industry for a very long time. So there are these flying conversations that I've always been a part of. And you always take opinions from, even if it's not directed to me, you're still learning.
Yeah.
You know, if you're talking, if there's a movie being discussed, my father-in-law till date watches every film that releases. And when he discusses what he feels about the film, there's a good understanding of why he's saying what he's saying. Then there is Salman Bhai, then there is Sarbaz Bhai, Sohel Bhai, everybody is in movies.
So
you have that kind of conversations, and plus I always believe in being realistic. I always take opinions from outside the family as well. I always like to take feedback from common people. Hey, did you see my film? What do you think about it? Do you think so? Then they give me feedback. I'm very receptive on that. That's what I feel. That the more receptive you are, and the more you're ready to understand what needs to be changed, I think that's better.
So, you know, Suryavanshi has had a massive box office opening and the film is extremely being received well by the audiences. So, do you feel the same about Anthem?
Yeah, I am hoping for that. I am hoping that, you know, see, I'm not going to keep a barometer for Suryavanshi. You know, it was a solo release, and here we have the screens are going to be distributed between Satyamev Jayate and Antim. So obviously the numbers are not going to be exactly the same. It's not going to be the same barometer of comparison that, you know, this film has done this, why this film is not going to do that much. Because any which ways, Antim is not a film that I would say is an out and out commercial film which has humor, it has this, it's a very different film. So there is going to be a number of people who are going to come and love it. And there are going to be people who might not be so okay with it. So I'm fine. I'm not going here for the fact that this is the opening we need to do, or this is the box office number we need to do. I'm more with the groove that more people see Anthem and they see what we are trying to say with the film. It is a film with a story. It is just not a film. It's not a commercial entertainer. It is a film with a story.
So will Ahil and Ayad be watching Anthem? Will you let them watch?
No. I think they're too young for it right now. There is, you know, whatever small things they see, which is fine. They always keep telling me, "Are you the naughty boy of the film?" You know, they get very like, "Why is Papa playing a naughty boy in the film?" But I think when they grow up, I'll be more than happy that if this film does well and they have not seen the film, and when they grow up, and that's when people tell them that your father is a Rahuliya, why don't you go and watch it? I think I'll be more than
really looking forward to that, because that is meant to happen. You're meant to go to places. So
thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Ayush, for doing this with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I really look forward to more conversations and more such films.
Thank you so much, Diti.
Thank you so much.